Hey guys, it's Dr. Brandon Manny. Welcome to the Functional Practice Podcast. It's episode number 17. And today we're talking about how to get started with functional medicine.
Dr. Manny's passion for functional medicine runs deep. His passion for functional medicine marketing runs even deeper. Over the past several years, Dr. Manny has helped hundreds of doctors grow, scale, and monetize functional medicine in a big way. If you're ready to do just that, keep listening. If you want it faster, visit functionalmedicinemarketing.com. Here's Dr. Manny.
All right, guys, let's talk about how to get started with functional medicine. I'm just going to kind of give you my story and how I got started with it. It goes back 12 or 13 years, but I initially started doing 1 day a week because I was doing chiropractic, chugging along, and I kind of had this mental headspace of if I started doing any sort of weight loss or any sort of anything else, decompression, or I had this mental thing that it would take me off of it would be a distraction from chiropractic. So what I initially did is I separated the two, and that would be my recommendation for you too. If you're just starting, let's say you're just straight chiropractic, but I see the benefits in adding some testing, some objective testing. Maybe you're getting more nutrition and talking more about people's diet and whatnot. Maybe just start 1 day a week. Maybe it's a day that you're typically not in. Maybe it's a Tuesday morning or a Thursday morning where it's like, hey, I'm just going to carve out maybe 3 or 4 hours outside of my chiropractic time, and I'm just going to see functional medicine patients. And maybe just start with weight loss. And because that's what I tell doctors too, is just drill deep with one condition first and foremost, and then you can always go wide later on. That's one of the big questions a lot of doctors ask me is, where do I begin? And so my opinion is that you drill deep into one condition before drilling wide. What I mean by that is because we give you, if you, let's say you partner with us and come on board with the functional practice, we give you, 13 websites overnight. So within a matter of 10 minutes, you have weight loss, you have thyroid, you have leaky gut, you have migraines, you have ADHD, but then what do you do with all that stuff? And so I would say just focus on one condition first. And I'm getting in the marketing side of things, and I'll get back to where I was going with that initially. But drill deep. So in terms of weight loss, let's say I want to go into a new town. I want to dominate weight loss. You have your main weight loss website, but then you create multiple videos about weight loss as well. So those videos are all over YouTube. Okay, I'm going to put 10 weight loss videos on YouTube, and I'm going to rank them. I'm going to get them onto Google, and we show you how to do that too. If you want help with that, we can show you how to get all these videos onto page 1 of Google. A lot of times it's easier for me to rank video to page 1 of Google than it is a website. Okay, website, sometimes it's a slower climb. Sometimes we can get there fast, like within a week. Sometimes it takes a couple months. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I'm sure there is. It's Google's algorithm, which I don't know much about. I just know how, that we have a software that looks at our stuff, looks at the URLs and the keywords and the videos and the images and all that stuff, and make sure we've checked all the boxes, and we do that, and voila, there they are, number 1. So drill deep before you start drilling wide. And so get your websites built out, get your email sequence built out, get your marketing, get your ads in place. Then, okay, I got my foundation set for weight loss. Now I'm going to go over into the world of migraines. And then once that foundation is set, now I'm going to go over into the world of ADHD. So you just keep doing that. And eventually you're going to be wide and deep, and you're going to have you're going to be building this empire where the phone's just going to be ringing. So anyway, back to the initial discussion of how do you get started. I also understand you don't have to have any advanced degrees to do what we do. I don't have any advanced degrees. Yes, I'm chugging through FMU, and it's a boring grind. Okay, if anybody's ever been through Functional Medicine University, you would agree with me that holy smokes, this is more boring than the regular college. I mean, you just sit there, and it's like these guest speakers come in and they sit there for an hour and a half. You got to watch this PowerPoint, and so I mean, that's a talk for another time. But and I'm not anti-education. I'm for it. I'm never going to downplay or poo-poo advanced degrees or education. Just understand that those platforms, they don't teach you how to monetize functional medicine. They'll teach you how to become a better doctor. They'll teach you how to become a better clinician. But a lot of times the best clinician does not win. It's the best marketer that wins. So you got to really dominate this space of functional medicine marketing, and that's what we can help you with. You guys are better clinicians than I am. I mean, I've just kind of streamlined things. I know that if I can fix a person's diet through objective testing, reduce inflammation, and if I can put them on the supplements, look at nutrient deficiencies, put them on what they need to be on from an objective standpoint, not guessing, not a quiz, not a questionnaire, but really looking at their levels. I know that I'm going to be able to push them in the right direction. And I'm not saying foods and nutrients are the end all be all. It's my starting point. Sometimes it's not the ending point, right? So sometimes I do have to do thyroid or, adrenals or heavy metals or some other form of testing. But for the most part, foods and nutrients get that patient where do they want to go. And a lot of times it's all about, fixing their gut and down regulating inflammation. So I like to get on tangents again. So here's the thing. So if you're brand new to functional medicine, you're like, hey, I see value in this, just start one day a week. Just say, hey, Thursday mornings, I'm going to start seeing my functional medicine patients, because you don't want to be giving away advice on the table. I talk to a lot of docs, patients face down, and they start asking about their thyroid. They start asking about weight loss. What should I eat? Should I go gluten-free? And they're just giving away free advice. I can't tell you how many patients have come to me. They see other chiropractors. They come to me because they're from a functional medicine standpoint, but they're already seeing other chiropractors, and those chiropractors are saying, I think you should go gluten-free, or I think you should eliminate dairy. It's all guesswork. And it drives me nuts that chiropractors, they adjust and they adjust and they adjust, and then they guess at everything else. And here this patient is sitting in my office because this chiropractor is guessing at stuff. This patient is still suffering with gut dysfunction, still suffering with headaches, still suffering with inflammation. Because they're face down, you're just throwing guesses at it. Oh, let's try this. Oh, here's a food list you can choose. Here's a list of fruits and vegetables. Try this. Guys, that's frustrating to me. We can do better, and that's why it's my mission to get you guys to be more objective. Sensitivities, deficiencies, toxicities. Let's look at the blood work. Let's look at nutrients, where they're deficient. Let's fill in the gaps instead of, let's do vitamin D. Let's do fish oils. Let's do magnesium. Magnesium's good for muscles. Let's do that. Well, let's look instead of just guessing at it. That's my sermon for the day. But also just start at one day a week is what I would do instead of mixing chiropractic with functional medicine. For a while there, after we started really humming for weight loss, we were doing a lot. It's interesting because for weight loss, we started running radio, and we started running radio ads that were geared towards foods, and or the bananas or the oranges you put on your salad this morning or for lunch, hindering your weight loss goals or whatever it might be. That's our commercials kind of say stuff like that, and then gets people thinking. So the phone started ringing off the hook for weight loss. We started testing all of our weight loss patients, and let me park here. I'm driving to work. So we started really humming for weight loss, and then it was the reason why we got out of chiropractic is because I would close a weight loss patient. I think at the time it was about $1,500 we were doing for our weight loss program. It's called Slim and Trim, and we put that system into 110 clinics, Slim and Trim. But I would adjust somebody, and then I would go to weight loss. I would close them for $1,500. I would go back and adjust somebody and they would bitch and moan about a $20 copay, and then I would go back and do weight loss, and it was like $1,500, no brainer. It was like pulling teeth for copays, and then people would bitch and moan about, hey, why does my insurance not pay for this? And then you go over to weight loss, it's like $1,500, $1,500. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Messing with this thing called chiropractic when weight loss was so lucrative. And so then we just went all in with weight loss, and then we kept expanding into food testing and ADHD kids. We started seeing a lot of ADHD kids for food testing. We started doing a lot of thyroid hormone stuff. So then one thing led to another. I think this from a business model, chiropractic makes no sense to me. When you can close bigger case fees, when I can go, I can keep a low overhead. I can go in, I can see 5, 6, 7 functional medicine patients, pull out $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 in a day cash, and with an overhead that's less than that in a month, and call it a day. So that I hit my overhead in a day, my monthly overhead in a day, and then boom, it's all positive ROI after that. So the business model for functional medicine just makes sense. From the business model from a chiropractic standpoint is simply broken because, you're trading time for money. B, it's kind of a race to the bottom because you're a commodity. There's 3 chiropractors in every corner, and you got signs all over your town. It's $19 adjustments here and there, and it's like, oh my gosh, where is the bottom? The other day, I kid you not, I saw a Facebook post, an ad come across my feed. It was 2 free visits and x-rays. Okay, so you're giving away x-rays and these were adjustments, an exam, the whole 9 yards. So 2 adjustments, it's an exam, 2 adjustments, and x-rays for free. How do you keep the lights on is my question. There's no value there. I mean, you're giving it away. The perception is that, this is worth nothing. It obviously is free. So visit 3, what's going to happen? You're going to try, I think you should keep coming, and it's going to be XYZ. They're going to say, and you're attracting, this is Facebook is becoming Groupon 2.0. And I think the future is this is just my opinion. I think the future is bleak. But I think the future for functional medicine is very bright because we just need more, right? There's sick people everywhere, and people are needing doctors who will find, and fix the root cause of health challenge. So just understand too, I'm going on 11 minutes here, but understand you don't have to have advanced degrees. I only have a DC. That's all I have. That's okay. You can order, once you're a DC, you can start ordering test kits. You can start looking at these panels. You can start getting educated. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. I can show you what we do. I can show you a better way. I can show you how to quit giving away free advice on the table. I can show you how to monetize this stuff from a business perspective. All right. It's a fun way to practice. I can do this till I'm 100 years old. It's not going to wear me out. I adjusted for probably 11 or 12 years. I probably adjusted 60 to some thousand people. And, it wears on you physically. Your shoulders, your back, your elbows, my wrists still pop and click all the time just from the grind of it and the wear and tear. And I was only at it for about a little bit over a decade. For some docs, they come to me, they've been doing it for 35 years. I'm like, holy smokes. But now they're looking to shift and go into a different arena, such as functional medicine, where, hey, all you got to do is talk to people, order the panels, talk to them, coach them up, and they pay you a case fee to get that thing fixed. So, again, fun way to practice, and it's my mission to help you guys, not copy me, but, if you want to copy me, that's fine. Replicate, duplicate what we've done. It's a fun way to go. It's lucrative. And, I highly recommend adding the testing. I say this often, but the best clinical decision I've made in 15 years of practice is adding food and nutrient testing, because patients like the fact that it's objective, it's blood work. Nobody ever questions the gold standard, right? It's not muscle testing. It's not some scan where they put their hand on the scanning device and, how accurate is this thing? It's a blood work. It's a lab. It's a third-party analysis giving you a report. It's black and white. You've been removed from the equation. Okay, so that's why compliance goes up. It's not you. It's a third-party lab that's doing analysis. When I give a patient a report, I give them a report from the lab that says, hey, these are the foods you should not be eating. These are the supplements you should be taking. They do it. And then compliance goes up, and clinical results go up, and as a result, you get better, more referrals, and things just kind of snowball. And so now radios are still our number one source of new patients. Google's number 2, Facebook and referrals are actually probably more than Facebook. Facebook's still usable, but understand it's more expensive, and it's a newspaper. What you post today is obsolete in 3 days. It's a grind. Facebook is it's a never-ending battle. So I'm a bigger fan of YouTube and Google because of the sticking power. But all right, so functional medicine, if you want to get into it, do it. Okay, start 1 day a week, separate it, and understand that, hey, if you got a patient asking about thyroid, you have a patient asking about weight loss, you have a patient asking about their kid with ADHD, say, hey, you know what, Mary, that's awesome. I would love to talk to you more about it. Let's set up a time on Thursday to chat about it. So you're separating the chiropractic visit from your functional medicine practice. And they need to know that. They need to know that you're not just an open book of knowledge that they can just tap into all the time for free. Okay? and they're paying for an adjustment, $30, $40. Hopefully it's not $19 or unlimited care. Hopefully you're charging them something. And then, but understand, separate. If they start asking about functional medicine stuff, what should I eat? Then I say, you know what? I would love to have that conversation with you. I see my functional medicine patients on Thursday morning. Go see the front desk and we'll get you scheduled for that visit. So then you can carve out a time, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it might be, to say, hey, this is what I'm going to recommend. Hey, if you want to know if you should be gluten-free, let's test. If you want to know exactly what supplements you should be taking, I have a motto in my clinic that we don't guess, we test. And also that the fact that the most expensive vitamin is the one we don't need. So if you're taking a bunch of vitamins and you've never been tested, how do you know that you need that specific vitamin? That's why we test. Okay, the most expensive vitamin is the one you don't need. The most expensive vitamin is the one that doesn't work. So that's why we test and we retest to make sure we fixed the nutrient deficiencies and the shortages. That's why we get such great results in our clinic, right? So that's what I would do, Doc. If you're kind of, you want to do functional medicine, you want to keep it separated, do it one day a week, and tell your chiropractic patients that you just have to draw the line somewhere. And if they're asking about foods and nutrients and supplements and the functional medicine stuff, hey, can you help my friend lose weight? Can you help my friend with thyroid? Yes, but it's going to be on this day. And until you get to the point where maybe functional medicine kind of surpasses chiropractic, and maybe you do start doing full days, and maybe you have an associate take over the adjusting side of things so you can focus on closing bigger case fees. Because that's what I do. I mean, I go in, I close $24.95, and then it's $14.95, then it's $700, and then it's $9.95, and so I leave closing $7,000 in a day with a low overhead, and they call it a day. So, all right, guys, 60 minutes. I got to roll. I got to get into the office here. So, as always, let's connect. Get into my closed Facebook group where I can continue to hopefully give you some more value and get you more information about what we do. And connect with me on Facebook and get in the group, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, as we're always adding more content in the world of functional medicine marketing. All right, the clinical side should be pretty easy, pretty straightforward. As long as you can deflame and detoxify people, you'll help sick people get well. But the clinical side, you guys are much better than me. It's the marketing that I can help you with. So, all right, guys, have an awesome day, and talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Functional Practice Podcast with Dr. Brandon Manny. Please make sure to subscribe and share with other doctors. Also, make sure to connect with Dr. Manny on Facebook and YouTube, or visit functionalmedicinemarketing.com.